What does that like?
Oh,
What is that noise?
That's what I'm saying. Is that nice?
Lavina. Is that your name? Lavina. You're the only new person in the crowd, so I'm going to talk to you for a minute before starting so we don't just like be weird. Just kind of be weird for me, this guy to just start talking and you not even know what we're doing here or whatever. So, what brings you here?
my grandson.
This is your grandson? What's your name?
Sorry,
Masai. And how old are you?
18.
Or do you go to school?
Yeah,
Where?
Thomas Jefferson.
TJ,
Yeah,
Federal Way.
mhm.
What do you think about that?
I like it.
Yeah, are you doing okay in school?
No,
No. Okay. And there must be some you like to dabble in
marijuana.
marijuana, okay? Anything else?
No,
No. And grandma's upset at you, or is she deservingly upset at you for dabbling in marijuana, or
I see. Yeah, she doesn't like doing it.
she doesn't like you doing it? Okay.
Here's one more right. I'm sorry to interrupt. But yeah, you sit here. Logan can sit right here. Logan would, yeah. He gave the spot, but I don't want you guys waiting out.
I have to read your lips because I can't hear very well.
Do you want to move up?
Oh,
And when I sit back there,
Yeah.
everybody's talking, their voice is this way.
okay. Come on up here.
And there's one right here, if you.
But I need her near me.
Okay,
Okay.
there's two right here, actually.
Yeah, come on.
Logan, sit here, and you sit right there. How about that?
Come on.
Yeah, Logan. right
I
here.
do making an entrance.
We want you up there, so yeah, right here, and then Logan, if you sit right there in that second row behind them, right here, now. It's okay. Yeah, okay, or up here, perfect.
Logan's fine.
There we go. Problem solved.
Sorry, I gotta go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is this your first time coming?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This is my best friend from third grade, Jackie, who
Okay.
is, since we were 8 years old at Steel Lake Elementary. And
Okay,
she-
don't go in.
She's here to support me.
Okay.
And she's known Logan since he was born.
Okay.
And he was her favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my baby.
Was is the key word there.
Yeah.
I'm 7 kids.
Yeah. Now who's the favorite? Still Logan.
So
Jeez, you're lucky. Okay, Lavina. What does he do? Is the weed getting out of hand?
Well, yes,
the
he doesn't even, it's that vape,
the
Yeah.
strong stuff.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they're at school and, he was doing it a long time before I even knew he was doing it. I
Yeah.
knew there was change in behavior, but I could never smell it.
Yeah.
And he was saying, no, that's not what he's doing. But then he had a psychological breakdown.
Okay.
And so,
A lot of us did.
yeah, that's what they were saying, that a lot of them doing. So it's been more than once though.
Yeah.
So,
You want to get him off that stuff.
yeah, it's not adding anything to his life.
No. No, very difficult. Okay. And what do you like to what are you gonna be when you get older there?
I want to do a lot of things.
Like what?
Uh,
All these guys that come to my they all want to be rappers.
right.
Little B, he's a rapper. He's yeah. Uh-huh. What do you want to do?
Be a writer or like a poet or something or artist. Maybe.
Okay, now we're talking. All right.
Something.
Um,
I want a career.
Okay, well, welcome. Is there anyone new online that we have to? I'm just stalling. I am right now.
must have something important to tell us.
No.
Did you cry?
That's why you're stopped.
Huh?
Did you cry a lot this week?
I didn't.
That's anybody new.
I did.
Did you? Okay.
Art, I gotta say something.
Okay.
I've been here for 9+ years. I've never heard anybody say, I want to be a writer.
No, I know.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Poetry is.
Yeah, everybody here wants to be a rapper or an influencer.
Oh, you said a rapper.
No, he said writer.
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 Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots of people on Zoom, but I think everybody has been here.
Well, we've, when I got, when I spent the years in addiction, I was, I wasn't really knowledgeable of what was going on in my own head. And not only that, it was worse than not being knowledgeable what was going on in my own head. Um, I believed I was my head. I believed that everything that went on in my head was me. And it directed me in the same way that maybe a robot would be directed. So I lived very robotically. I obeyed whatever my head was telling me to do. And I really had no defense of that. So I just had to obey. My head told me to go do drugs, and then my head would tell me why it was a good idea. And I followed that, and I was convinced that it was a good idea. And if somebody asked me why I did it, I had that idea already locked and loaded. So I was able to tell you my rationalization or my justification for almost every behavior that my head told me to do. Because prior to doing the behavior, or even after doing the behavior, there's two types of rationalizations for our behavior. There's how we get it straight in our head that we're going to do this thing before we do it. And there's also something called backwards rationalization that we get in our head and figure out an excuse for why we did it after we did it. You see? So we might do something stupid, and then we have to think of a reason. Once they ask us why we did it, we've got to come up with some reason of why it was a good idea for us to do it. And usually that reason has something to do with my parents suck, or I didn't get raised right, or something like that. Something that's not my fault is what I get figured out. So when I ended up in the same position that a lot of people are in here, and this kind of thing that draws us together, that we've all got in this room together under this common bond of bottom, or maybe done with it, or struggle, where we're at our wits' end, or we're at the end of our rope on something with this behavior, and we all come together in this thing and go, listen, we're here and we're struggling. And I want an answer to this struggle, not just maybe for me, but also families come and say, I want an answer for my loved one. And then we sit here and we go over that. And then, there was this thing that happened early on in recovery, and they call it now, what they called it back then was, they said, when you get sober, if you do it right, you'll have a spiritual awakening. And I believed that happened to me. I believed it at some point that's what happened, that I had this spiritual awakening. But really, just what it meant was, there was this point where I figured out that me and my brain, or me and these thoughts, are two different things. That's what I figured out. I have all these thoughts, but they're not me. And really, I have all these commands, but they're not me. And so I just kind of figured out that I'm not my mind. But yet I'm in here with it. And yet I have to kind of listen to it, and I can't avoid listening to it, and it actually won't shut up. And its topic that it really is concerned with and talks about a lot is me. That's what it talks about a lot. Talks about my problems and my circumstances and my money and my bills and my reputation and the way I look, and it talks about all that kind of stuff. Over and over it talks. And in the middle of the night, it talks a lot about people who don't treat me right. If you ever wake up in the middle of the night, it like talks about who didn't treat you right yesterday, and who said some crazy shit yesterday, and how you got to wake up and correct them, or whatever you got to do. So I realized a couple things when I got sober, that this struggle had led me to this thing that I kind of realized that I had this spiritual awakening that I'm in here with my mind. And now I went on a journey after that. And the journey was to see how high I could get spiritually. So I read these books. I read this book called Untethered Soul, and I read this book called Power of Now, and I grabbed the Bible and I started reading that. And I was like, let me get higher than everyone. I'm going to be less. There was a book called Untethered Soul. I want my money back, by the way. I've read the book 100 times, and lo and behold, I'm still tethered. I didn't get untethered. I'm still in here with it. It's right here, and I'm right here, and I still haven't escaped it. And I'm not higher than you. So this spiritual awakening thing that I thought it was really was just me thinking that I was like more awake than you. And so there was another thing that tricked me. And it said, now what you can do with your new identity is you can be more spiritual than everybody. You can like be calmer and kinder and gentler, and you'll have more compassion, and you get to a place of no self. You'll get to this place where you're just connected with the world. And they sold me that story. And lo and behold, I started believing it, and so then I started teaching, oh, listen, let's learn about this, It gets all the way to this point called non-duality, where you and the world are just one. You do ayahuasca, you do some psychedelics, you really feel it, but not through, anyways. So now I'm reading Untethered Soul vigorously. Oh, what is this about? How do I get my soul untethered? This guy's got it figured out, and he's higher than me, so I got to follow him. But I realized now, just zoom out. We're all the same. No matter how high you think you get, here you are. You're still in there. You're still tethered. We're still here. So then I move on to my next thing. What is this all about? What is this struggle about? And for me, and I try to get these kids to understand, if you don't figure out, or if you're not searching for what this struggle was for, then what was it for? You see, if you just look at yourself as a 30-year-old drug addict or a 35-year-old drug addict, and you just look at yourself as behind, then you're just behind. And if you just look at your circumstances and go, well, let me just catch up. Well, now you're just catching up circumstantially, but lo and behold, you're always going to be behind. My friends that didn't take the 17-year journey of active addiction, they didn't take the same journey that I took, but lo and behold, their houses are all paid off. They've got beach houses paid off. I'm still behind. So my premise then became, let me learn about this thing, and let me keep figuring stuff out so that I could teach. But the next thing that began to happen was I went on a trip of honesty. And I said, here's what's next. I'm going to start looking at how honest I can be. And that's a trick too. Because you don't know really how honest if you're being honest or not. You see, we're in a real predicament here. Everybody in this room, you could tell me your motivation, but I don't know if I'll believe you. I don't know if you know what motivates you. We're not the same as like a dog. We're humans involved, not the way a dog is. When a dog comes up to you and the dog looks at you, he tells you what he wants. You see? He says, I want to be petted, or I wanted food, or I want to walk, or I want to roll over, or I want to play ball. When a human comes up to you, it doesn't tell you what it wants. You see, the reason we're all scared of each other because we don't really know if each other's honest. And when we say I don't know if you're honest, it means I don't know if you even know that you're not honest. I don't know that you don't know. I don't know if you know what your own motivation is. I don't know if you know why you came here tonight. So now I set out on this journey to look at my own motivation. But there's a trick, because it always keeps tricking you. It always keeps telling you that your motivation is something that it's not. You see, I thought I was on a spiritual motivation. But really, when I look back, I was just trying to be higher than you. I was just trying another way to show you that I was better than you. I was trying to show another way. So today, when I say I came up empty tonight, what I mean by coming up empty is I sit and I go, well, what am I going to tell him tonight? Well, here's the deal. I sit in front of you tonight, and as honest as I could be, like, the whole thing is a scam. The whole reason I sit in front of you is because I want you to love me. And this is the only way that I know how to show you that I deserve it. And so now I have to sit in front of you and say, if you think I'm smart, then please just love me. And if you think that I know what I'm talking about, then you'll love me. So I sit here and this is the way I try to prove to you that I need love and I deserve love. And then you're all supposed to listen to me and go, I like that guy, but this is the only tool I got. You see, the real cover up and what we're all doing here is what? Scared of each other, scared of each other's motivation. We're in this struggle trying to tell these kids, why don't you look, man? Why don't you start getting honest with yourself? Look at this filter we got. Look at this thing that we're all working with. I can't tell him to love me. Why do you listen to your kid? Why do I listen? Why do I want the new people? Lavina, Masai? Seems like they let Masai. I want them to think I'm smart. Maybe after tonight you'll look and go, that guy's fucking nuts. Be careful now. You know what I'm most leery of now? Number one, learning is temporary. Everything I ever learned, I still don't know if I need to relearn it or if it was right. Especially in recovery for 14 years now, I've learned that learning is temporary. Everything changes over time. I also learned to be very leery of anyone that's got the truth. If anyone tells you that they know the truth, don't let them teach you anything. If anyone that tells you that they know the truth right now politically, don't let them talk to you, please. Run. Be scared of people who say they know the truth. What are we really doing? So my thing of coming up with fancy ways to try to figure out what to say to you guys, and here it is. We all come here on what we've done. What do we know? We've come here on a common bond. So I have to get myself positioned. If I can't learn and I don't know the truth, what am I doing? How do I help? How do I help people? And if I can't get higher than you, and if I can't tell you that I'm more spiritual and just do that and you won't do drugs again, and I can't teach you, what am I doing here? You see, it's real confusing, even for me. What I can tell you and what we do know is that we're here on this struggle, and if we have to make it up, what's the purpose of it? So what is the purpose of this struggle that we all come here together on? Was it to get spiritual? Was it to awaken? They'll tell you that at the meeting. They'll tell that, go to AA. They'll tell you at the AA meeting, the purpose of recovery is a spiritual awakening. It's to find God. Maybe. Was it to learn? Was it to be honest? Maybe we're trying to be honest, but see, I can be honest and still lie to you. That's easy. You see? Hey, there, I want to be really honest with you. I lied to you. Was it to be honest with myself? Is it to figure out my own motivation? Is it to figure out who I am? Why do you have this problem? What is it here for? See, that's for you. Why is he sitting in this room? Is you going to learn to be a writer? Good. I got some material for you. Let's go. I got years of stupidity. I'll let you write about it. So what I learned is that all I can do is make it up for me. You see? What is the purpose of me helping you? Well, let me tell you what my purpose is. My purpose is to understand what a commitment is. What am I committing to? You see, when I commit to this relationship that I have to help people, I commit to two things. I commit to one, my own growth. And I commit to number two, which is making an impact, making it better. Now, I don't know what any of that means. But I've committed to my growth and I've committed to making it better. Why? Because I don't know if I can help you. And I don't know why. I don't know what this means other than I grow from this. And what is the growth? What am I trying to grow? Well, I'm trying to actually get to a place where I can experience love and I can experience care. I'm trying to grow to get to a place. You see, with love, all of us, we eat the menu. Anyone know what that means? You ever go to a restaurant, sit down, open up and see the picture of the burger and try to eat it? That's what we do. How do I know you love me? Well, I went to the hospital with you. That's a symbol of love. That's not love. I came here. I brought you to that treatment place. I love you. That's a symbol of love. That's not love. That's a picture. Every day I go to work and I pay the bills around here and I do this and I hate you, but I love you. That's a symbol of love. That's not love. The problem that we're struggling with, the thing is that we're disconnected. The thing is that we're not experiencing love. No love. Not love like when we turn on a movie and cry. So I had to get to a place in my life where I can be honest enough to even see what I'm doing here. And then I have to see, what is this really about? Well, I got to get to a place where I can even love another human. And I can't even get there until I can tell people that honestly that I can't. It's coming. You see? Also, I don't care if you learned. What I care tonight is that you think of something other than the bullshit that you thought about today. I guarantee today, what you thought about in your head was bullshit. And yesterday too. Everything. Wah, 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 wah. Whiny. Bullshit. We ain't even talking about what we're doing here. Why are you here? Why is this kid taking weed to feel different? Why is he doing what he's doing? Why did I end up 37 years old, no friends, homeless, living in my car? And I'm getting excited because the people in the program just get right back to the being a robot. Oh, get my stuff. Boop, 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 boop. Treatment, insane asylum. What do I need? Car. I need to get a car. Ask anyone here. What do you need to do? I need to get a car. I need to get a job. Girlfriend. Car, job, girlfriend. You don't even wake up. How did you get brought to your fucking knees? How did that happen? How did you get dismantled? Didn't it humble you? Don't you feel the weight of it? You ended up here. You ended up at that treatment place. You end up there. You're in disarray. You're not even connected. You don't eat together. You don't love. You ain't experienced no love. You don't even know how, and it doesn't even bother you. You eat the menu. Two kids get together. Oh, I love you. I love you. You don't even know. I can't love. How's that? I'm too scared. I can't even love my own son because when I go to love my son, there's something that comes right here and it says, don't lose him. So when I experience a little love and I start to tear up, I get massively scared that it might get taken away from me. And everyone goes, when you have a kid, it's the most loving thing you'll ever do. And did you just experience so much love? No one ever told me about the fear. Not one human ever got honest with me and said it's the scariest moment of your fucking life, man. No, instead they say, oh, the love. Oh, you can't wait to have a kid. It changes your life. All right, no, it don't. No, it don't. It's the scariest fucking thing you've ever experienced. So you all wanted me to relate to you without having a kid, but I couldn't because I didn't understand because you weren't being honest with me and telling that it's not about love having a kid. It's about fear. And if a parent would have walked into me before I had a kid and said, no, you don't understand. It's the scariest shit I've ever went through. And I need you to be honest. I can't lose my fucking kid. It's too scary. Help me, Art. Instead, it's like, wah, 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 wah. And I know I love him, but I want you to know I still love him, but this piece of shit, like you need to fix him. It's not that. This shit should bring us to something. We should come to some conclusion that shit's got to change. That this petty, whiny pace of life isn't cutting it. That this is a wake-up call and not a spiritual wake-up call. You ain't getting out of there. I don't care how spiritual you think you are. You're walking around 2 feet. No one knows the difference between you and another human. Give the Dalai Lama a fucking Adidas sweatsuit. He looks like a normal dude. Trust me. That pastor, when he puts on some jeans and a shirt, it don't look the same as when he's wearing that white collar. And when the Pope falls out of that little hut when they're carrying him around, he looks like a normal dude too. You ain't getting more spiritual. And if you did, it's just because your mind has tricked you in a way to trying to get love. See, my mind told me if I get more spiritual, people will think I'm great and they'll love me. It was dishonest. Because it tricked me again, and it's probably tricking me tonight. Because it's a big cover up. Every single person is in this room wants to be loved, but they can't admit it the way a dog does. So instead of admitting that we want to be loved by each other, we play a game. Love me, love me, love me. See my shoes? Love me. See my car? Love me. See my job? Love me. See how I care about my kid? Love me. See the dinner I made? Love me. But we can't say, please love me, because then we'd be too needy and we won't look cool. So now I got to play the game. I look back and I can see the little guy doing solution group 6 years ago. That was a kid, a younger Art, that was saying to the world, love me. But why don't it feel like that's what I'm saying tonight? You see? Do drugs? Get drunk? Yeah, what are you saying? There's no love. I can feel it. Love me. Someone love me. That's why I started doing drugs. I got drunk one night, real drunk, and they all put me in the back of a trunk of a car. I was 17 years old. I spent the night in the trunk, and when they opened the trunk to look at Art, I said, close the trunk, I'm sleeping. And it turned into this big story about crazy Art. Crazy Art gets in the trunk, man, he drinks so many beers, he rode around in the trunk all night. And my name's going through the hallways at school, dude. I'm a legend. Well, what did you think I was going to do to get love next weekend? So there I go. I wasn't saying I need to get drunk. I'm in so much pain. I got to get drunk and forget about my life. I was saying, love me, love me, love me. And then the drugs get pretty good. So you stop saying love me and you start getting along with yourself. And that's just how they progress. Start smoking weed because I want to be calm and I want people to love me and I don't want to be angry with people and I want to feel calmer and more loving and connected. So what is there to figure out? We don't have enough love, clearly. And we all want it. But we're too cool to admit that that's what we want, so we're playing a bunch of games. And there's the core of it. I want to cry the same way when I watch somebody sing on American Idol. I want to feel that when I'm hanging out with my loved one. I want to taste the burger. I don't want to feel this business of family and this business of life with no love in it. And anyone's ever taken real good drugs, if you think that isn't the experience of love, then you don't know nothing about love. But it is. That's love in a pill. That's love in a shot. That's love in a bottle. Now, it don't end that way. It gets worse. But it starts that way. It starts with what that person was after. The feeling of being untethered. See, I can't feel love because this thing is too scared of you and it doesn't let you be right. Do you know when you love ice cream, it's not wrong, the ice cream. The ice cream is 100% right. And you tell people, this ice cream, I love it. Because your head can't find one goddamn thing wrong with it. That's why you love it. With people, we can't love them because our head won't stop finding things wrong with them. I'll love you when you fix that and fix that and fix that and fix that and fix that, but not yet. So the trick is How do I love people that haven't fixed all that shit yet? Because my head wants to point out your wrongness and I want to be right. But guess what? You can't be right and in love at the same time. You can only have that be right and be in love with it. You see, the other human has to be 100% right for you to love them, but your head keeps making them wrong because you're scared of them. And that's not them, it's you. You're not scared of them, you're insecure about the way they make you feel. So it's you doing it to you, but you think it's them. So when I commit to my growth, what I'm committing to is getting rid of my fears of you so that I can be more capable of love. And that's the only purpose I know. And that's a long way from coming of where this thing started, you see? So families come and they're saying how we can help each other. How can I help? And the question isn't how you can help. The question is, can you love them now? And then the answer probably is no, because they haven't fixed that thing that I need them to fix so that I can love them. But then I would say that you haven't made a commitment, because if you commit, it's not about helping them. It's about getting rid of why you don't love them, which then in turn, okay. So I have to be completely honest with you. I am not here to help you. I'm here to grow. If that's a byproduct that happens to make success happen and you happen to get better by being around, then good. But I'm not here and you're not here, and I'm not coming down here to help the weak. I'm not the helper. I can't be. Because if that's the system, then somehow I've gotten somewhere and I don't need to go anywhere. But what I'm learning still is every time I look back at myself, I was full of shit, so I'm probably full of shit tonight. If you can find a time that you look back in your life and you found out that, you know, back then I wasn't full of shit. Cole, when you were 14, were you full of shit?
Yeah.
When you were 8, were you full of shit? When you were 7, were you full of shit?
Yeah.
Turns out you're probably full of shit right now tonight. You see? Every single human can look back and go, man, I'm 51 now. I didn't know 51 or 2. I look back when I was 45 and I can go, man, I was full of shit. I look back at 35 and go, man, I was full of shit. Look back at 25, full of shit. Look back at 18, really full of shit. And then it starts dawning on you, well, shit, maybe the jig isn't up. And I just think that being full of shit just means something. It means that you just don't admit it yet, that all you want is love and you don't know how to get it. And that guy that sells real estate every day isn't saying anything other than love me, look at how many houses I sell. And that guy that's fixing the problems as an engineer isn't saying anything other than love me, look at the problems I can solve. And that dentist that goes and does those teeth isn't saying anything other than love me, look at your teeth now. Go home, look at those pearly whites and think of me. And the only honesty we can give is to say, yes, I'm involved in that same kind of game and that same kind of cover up. And I care deeply what you all think. And I really care deeply. I do. And I really, really go on at night thinking about what people think about me. It really keeps me up at night. It does. Not that I'm needy either. I just like to, I want love from people. And I kind of want to cultivate a way to get it. See, the whole point, what I'm saying tonight is I just want to put this in your brain. I want you to think of something bigger. Why did I use drugs and bring me to my knees and humble me? And why am I here? Oh shit, because I never knew how to love in the first place. And maybe now I can get on a pathway and start figuring it out. And maybe now I know what this whole thing could be about if I give it that purpose. It's about me growing. I thought it was about my kid changing. It ain't about your kid changing, it's about your growth. It always was. This wasn't put there for them, it was put here for you. You believe in God? Well, he's saying here, grow. See if you can love that person. See if you can not complain about them. See if you can not be whiny for a second. See if you actually can get to the other side of things. These damn politicians. They actually believe that, well, the work happens at the level of complaint. Nothing happens at the level of complaint except a human being avoiding the responsibility of the problem. That's it. So we got a bunch of humans avoiding the responsibility of the problem. And then acting like they're the change makers. Congratulations, you can point out what's wrong. You're now dumber than the guy that doesn't point out what's wrong. So everyone running around thinking that they can point out what's wrong and then saying, love me. See, I know what's wrong. Love me. I'm smarter than the guy that just said the same thing I'm saying. That's what he said. Look at Seattle. Phillips coming on tonight. All the politicians. I don't think we should. Housing first doesn't work. That's just what that dipshit said right before you said it. We need to get him into treatment. No shit. No shit. Genius. Now, how do we do it? How do we find love for each other on both sides? How do we look at the people that we've lost humanity for and dehumanized and say, man, maybe it's because they're wrong and I can't love them, and maybe that's a big problem for me. Maybe happiness isn't about gaining anything. Maybe it's about ridding ourselves of these complaints. See, for me to be committed to you all and being committed to my job, what I've had to do is I've had to not get happy about it. What I've had to do is rid myself of the complaints about it. And if I can get rid of the complaints and I can stay on the side of strategy, I can stay happy and in love with my job, and you all can be right. But if I make you out to be wrong, I can get real righteous. And when I get real righteous, I get real angry, unhappy. And that's about the end of it. So the point is, if I'm gathering people and I'm leading on anything, I'm going to tell you one thing. Maybe your struggle isn't what you think it is. Maybe the whole time we're just a group of people collided trying to be loved by each other, and maybe each one of us is trying to figure out how to get loved, and the people that are trying to help think they're going to get loved by helping, and the people that are hurting everybody think they're going to be loved by stopping or whatever it is, but it's not going to work that way. It's when we each make a commitment to our own growth. It's when we each figure out that it's when we can each admit, hey, I don't have enough love in my life. Do you? I'm not higher than anyone. I don't have enough love. I'm at a love deficit. I live life right now at a huge love deficit. But I'm trying. And I know what I want. Just don't know how to get it. But it does start with getting rid of my pain so that I can see you as right and not wrong. So there is some pain reduction here. And my job isn't really to teach you anything. It's to make you not, I've gotten over it. It's to make you think differently than you thought of. Whatever you thought about today, I want you to think something different now. And I want you to really see if you're lying to yourself. Do you have enough love? What are you after every day? How are you trying to get it? What's your motive? How are you trying to show the world to love you? Have you been bold enough to tell people that you want love, or do you say, I don't give a shit what people think about me? I like that one. I don't care what people think about me, man. Forget you. Fuck you, really. What do you mean you don't care what people think about you? What kind of arrogant asshole are you? What do you do? Cook a meal and just throw the slop out there and say, eat it. I don't care what you think. Why do you get dressed? Don't wear clothes if you don't care what people think about you. You did your hair. I don't care what people think about me. You just did your hair. That's for me. Shut up. It's for you too. Come on. Why wouldn't you want to just admit that you care deeply about what people think? I do. I care. I honor each one of you and I care deeply what you think about me and I'd like to know. And if you think negative about me, I'd also like to know so I can have a chance to grow. And if you think positive about me, I'd like to know because it feels good. So I care deeply, deeply what people think about me. I care. And I don't think that makes me needy. You're too cool to care what people think. Yeah, okay. Why'd you buy that car you drive around? Why not just buy a old shit box? Guy says, I don't care what people think about me, rolls up in a Porsche. I don't care what people think about me. Why'd you buy that? Could have bought a Pinto. I'll tell you don't care about. I'll tell you I've met about one person, one type of man I've seen, one man and women, but a man drives a 1978 Ford pickup. He's got like a retired Navy hat on. He drives a 1978 Ford pickup. He meets his buddies down at Denny's every Saturday morning about 8 o'clock. His buddies all left. We were in the Denny's having food next to him. And he lifted up his leg and just ripped a fart right there in Denny's. I'll tell you, that man don't care what people think. And I'm very convinced that when he goes home, he ain't staying up at night worrying if anyone smelt his fart. So if he tells me I don't care anymore, so I'm gonna believe it. I get excited because for me, the best thing that ever happened to me was I was leveled by addiction. I was leveled by it. I was decimated by it. I was demoralized by it. I had lost. I laid flat in the middle of the ring, knocked out with no answers, no justification, no answers, just laying there defeated. And I wanted to figure out in my life how that happened. I see these kids sometimes like another time my buddy was in a fight at the Burian bowling alley and he knocked this guy out cold and about 2 minutes later the guy woke up and he was shadow boxing. He was still trying to find my friend. And everybody got around him, his buddies got around him and go, dude, the fight's over. You lost. You were knocked out cold. And they had to like stop him, but he was ready to come back and get knocked out again. Sometimes that's how I picture the kids that come to my program. And I want to tell them, you've been knocked out, son. You need to figure out how that happened. You need to sit here and ponder how you robotically got put to jail for the 13th time. What advice in your own head were you listening to over and over and over? And are you telling me that you're going to listen to that same advice going forward? That's insanity. And coming to the place where you need answers and you need to seek those, and you admit that you don't have enough love and you need to grow. That's what this thing should do for you, all of us. Because none of us have the answer. I don't know what it's going to take. I know I'm going to keep trying though, and I'm going to commit to it. And the more I commit to it, the more I got to change to make things happen. And the harder it is to love you, the more I'll grow. Like I said, I didn't know what I was going to talk about tonight. But I love it. So what this thing's done, whether it's helped people along the way or not, what we are is we are a stand and we are a commitment. We commit to the people that we're helping, and we commit to this room, and we commit to it. And when I say commit to it, I commit to two things. I commit that I will make the biggest impact I can make, and I will commit that it will cause me to grow. What else are you committing to when you commit? Are you committing to enduring it? Are you committing to hanging on? I argue that most human beings have never made a commitment in their damn life. All they've done is say, I commit to hanging on, and they hang on long enough until the complaints get too loud, and then they quit that commitment. That's what people think commitment is. But when you change it up and you say, when I commit to my kid, what I'm committing to is making an impact and my growth. And that means after 10 years, they might be the exact same, but I've grown. I've learned to love them. I'm not, when I commit to my son right now, he's 10 months old. I'm not committing to anything else than I'm going to make an impact and I'm going to grow. And he might give me that little middle finger. He already does. I am irrelevant in that kid's life. Went to a lawyer today to do our wills. Me and Andy, we're working through the will process. I said, take that little ungrateful shit out of there. He's 10 months old and he's already getting really ungrateful. He doesn't know what I've done for this kid. First of all, I got him from Ukraine. There was a war, kiddo. They were dropping bombs on your mom and I when we were carrying you out of the Ukraine. Yeah. And he just plays like none of it's happening. You know? I go in the room, everybody else but me, he looks at me. Okay. Now, Lavina, what do you think? Is that what you expected?
I don't know.
Lavina's like, I just wanted my kid to stop smoking, my grandson to stop smoking weed. How are we gonna make that happen? Get this guy to shut up.
It kind of reminds me back in the day of Conquest Center.
Conquest Center?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was a drug program in Edmonds.
Okay. What'd they use?
Well, they were a Christian-based program, but the founder of it, he was an ex-addict, and so they didn't have treatment centers at that time, so he founded it.
Nice.
Conquest Center. Yeah.
So we'll see. How you feeling, Jessica?
Hopeful.
Hopeful. That'll change. Little B will ruin that shit. He's a hope crusher. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Bill, would you like to introduce before the video, or should we play this video? Hi, Philip. We're gonna.
Hi there.
Hey there. Hey there. So Bill, go ahead and maybe introduce Philip, and then we'll play the video, and then we'll let Philip speak.
So I had the opportunity to meet Philip through Lakewood Rotary, and talk to him about what Becky and I have been doing with Battlefield for years, and he showed a lot of interest in bringing that out to the community. He just won an election in Lakewood for town council, he's involved in a variety of the other things. And so Philip has put this forum together in Lakewood on March 28th at the Lakewood Playhouse. And I don't know if I could say this, he's going to agree, but he's kind of featuring us as Battlefield because he's heard a lot about it through Becky and I. And invited to the forum are people from various other groups dealing with addiction, homelessness, crime, prosecutors, a whole array of people that have their fingers in homelessness and addiction. And he's the first person I've come across in government or politics that's really gone in with both feet with us to promote us and other aspects of addiction that maybe could have solutions to the communities we live in. So he's put this forum together. He really wants to fill this arena with about 180, Philip, 190 people.
I'm not sure how well those at home can hear, but.
Oh, not sure. But anyway,
But everybody here can hear.
he's put a lot of work into this. He's developed a little trailer for this program. You can find it on his it's called the Informed Citizen website that he does a podcast for. You can find the trailer and information about the forum on there. But he wants to play this just prior to kind of introducing himself and talking about this a bit. But he really wants to make this impactful. It's not just going to be a bunch of people throwing out opinions on a panel. It's going to be real interactive. So I'll let him talk about it after we watch this trailer.
So those of you at home, hopefully you can hear okay. We're gonna play a video. Hopefully everybody here can hear. And hopefully at home you can hear the video too. So we'll do that and then we'll let Philip talk.
For 2 years, the Informed Citizen podcast has taken on the hardest problems in our community, but one problem continues to confound: homelessness. Everybody is talking about it, but nobody is solving it. And people are dying. Their very lives are in our hands. Old and young, grandmas and grandpas, sisters and brothers, fathers and daughters and young mothers. It's affecting us all, the ones we love, the ones we've lost. And there is a new generation out there that's demanding answers. So join me and leaders from across our community for an interactive panel on March 28th at the Lakewood Playhouse as we explore the depth of the problem and what it will really take to solve it. Join me as we say together, this must stop. You'll hear from a range of experts, senator to shelter operators, prosecutor to police chief, lived experience to addiction treatment. One room, one night. All we're missing is you. Be part of the audience. Be part of the solution. Tickets at theinformedcitizen.com. We'll see you there.
Muted, Philip.
And if you could distribute that to any people you know, talk to friends, family, coworkers, and promote this, have them come. We'd really like audience members that have not heard the message from Battlefield. We could certainly fill the whole place with our own people, but we want this to spread out. We just don't want to be talking to ourselves all the time. So
Do you have a bulletin board at work? You could take it and
Yeah.
hang it up. Okay. All right, go ahead, Philip. Hi, Philip.
Hi there. I really appreciate being able to just take a couple minutes of your time. I don't appreciate speaking after Art. He's a compelling speaker, which is why I wanted him to come and join this program, because this program is really built around folks who are trying to be honest with themselves and one another in the community. I haven't known Art very long, but I think in the first 5 minutes, he's taught me what it means to be honest with ourselves the most. And he said something earlier that I thought was really compelling, which is he said, I really hope that we can think about things just a little bit differently. And that's what this event is about. It's held at the Lakewood Playhouse, which is in the round, so it's a creative space. And you're not just looking one way at the panel, you're all kind of looking at each other. And I think it's really powerful because anything that we're going to do about homelessness, any solution that we're going to come up with, we're going to have to implement and do it together. So I think we're in this together. And I know that there's so many cliches around homelessness. I will say this, that I find it to be profound loss of belonging. It's a profound loss of home. It's a profound loss of community. It's a profound loss of lots of different systemic things. And so my hope in this program was to bring folks together who typically don't talk to each other. Our prosecutor doesn't very often talk to folks who are running a treatment center. Our chief of police is not typically speaking to our shelter operators. They should, but they don't. And a solution that works for one is not going to work at all. It has to work for everybody. And so I should apologize. My son has decided he wants to be an F1 driver, so I'm at K1. So I apologize for the noise in the background. But I just want to say, and I'm so thankful to Bill and Becky for their support. And as I learn more about Battlefield, I just can't think of a better thing to support. This is really helping real people in the real world. And that's what this program is about. And the hope is that this can be somewhat interactive in the sense that I want you, when you buy a ticket, you'll be asked, hey, do you have any questions or thoughts or ideas about how this program should be shaped? Because this is meant to be an experience. And I don't claim to have all the answers, but I'm hoping that we can figure them out together.
Great. Thank you, Phyllis. We'll send out the link to get tickets again via text again. And we'll keep that rolling out. Yeah, if you guys have questions, let us know. And thank you, Philip.
Yeah,
Thank you. And just one more word that this is not meant to make money. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a loss leader. We want people to be in the room. We want them to have an incredible experience. And if we do this right, this can be something that we do next in King County. Because we know that there's an audience there that needs to hear this message.
Great.
Yeah, the site for purchasing tickets, I did it. It's so easy to purchase the tickets on. If I can do something online, it's incredibly easy. They're $10.
Yeah,
They're $15 at the door, but they're $10 at the.
It's just through Eventbrite, I believe. I think it's through Eventbrite. Yeah, it's really easy to get on.
Very easy to purchase.
We'll send it out via the text reminder list to all of you guys, so you have it handy. You can just click on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Philip.
you.
No,
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
For me, it's the same premise that tonight is, and when I say I'm here for your family, and Logan, I look at all. I haven't had a chance to have you in the program or anything like that, but and these guys, a lot of these guys are in the program, and I know you're all young. And I just wish somebody would have taught me a little bit about why I did what I did and what I was after. And they say that this addiction thing and this disconnect is a lack of connection, and that might be really true. That's true, but it's not on anyone else. It's not on anyone else to connect with you. It's not on anyone else to hear you. It's on you to be heard. It's not on anyone else. It's on you to go, listen, I am the one that's disconnected. I have to figure out how to get rid of my pain and my complaints and my insecurities so that I can connect and love this world. In order to do that, I need to commit to something. I need to commit to something. I need to commit to like my family, or I need to commit to like my job, or I need to commit to something. That two things can happen when I make that, or I need to commit to a person, a girlfriend, or I need to commit to a wife. I need to commit to my kids. I have to make commitments to grow because the commitment holds me in place. It forces that thing. It's like committing to a fire. That's how you're going to have to learn how to handle heat, is by committing to a fire. And so people have always asked me things like, is this your purpose and is this your calling? No, anything. I'm not some saint. I'm not different than the person who commits to football or commits to real estate or commits to any type of job. As long as that person is committed to their own growth and committed to making an impact, then they're doing the same thing I'm doing. It's just a commitment, and you can do that with whatever. So my thing with the people in the program or somebody suffering addiction. You're gonna need a commitment to something to force that growth that you need. If you commit to nothing, you'll complain about everything and just quit. You'll just complain until you quit. And that complaint is there so that you actually don't feel responsible for the quitting that you're doing. And you don't feel responsible for the way your life is. And so the commitment with saying, man, when I have that complaint show up, I got to get rid of it because I got to solve that thing because I'm committed to my growth. And I say that's what I've learned over this time. Is it was never about anything. It was about that commitment that I make to my growth so I can get to the other side where care and love exist. Where I can connect because I do care and I do love. And I'm telling you, even when you get over to that side, it's the rest of your life because you don't ever have enough. You always are at a deficit. Because even when you get over there, there's still a bunch of fear you got to deal with. I'm committed and I love my son and I'm committed to my growth, but the fear is unbearable. It just is. It is. It's unbearable. All you want is a parent that I'm learning that all you want as a parent is you want to watch the whole movie play out. That's the hard part about people who lose. They don't get to see the rest of the movie. And I want to see everything that happens in his life. I want to see the whole thing. And so there's a tremendous amount of fear in that. And that blocks the love. And it all starts with just being honest with yourself enough to say, that's what I'm lacking. It isn't the car. It isn't the house. It isn't the things. It's the love. And I think that the car and the house and the thing is going to get me those things. Then I get those things and I go, still's not here. I'm still missing it. Where is it? And at least if we can, I'm not saying any of this answers anything, make you just think. I'll just tell you that you eat the menu. You don't go to the burger place. You don't go to the restaurant, grab the menu and trying to eat it. Because everything we're calling love isn't love. It's just a symbol of love. Oh, I love my family. I go over there every Thanksgiving. You're not experiencing love for your family. You're just acting in a manner that's a symbol of love. In the same way that you would pick up a picture of a cheeseburger and walk around with it like you ate it. You experience love. What you experience is the words, oh my God. I love that. And every time, that's what happens in your head. And it's because the thing's 100% right. But with our family, we don't say that. Our brain says they should change that. That's annoying. Man, when they stop doing that, maybe one day I'll experience some love for them. So that means that we have to work at it. And to work at it, you got to admit there's a deficit. And to admit there's a deficit, you're going to have to admit that there's something wrong here. That I do care. That I want this thing. And to admit there's something wrong, and to admit that you want more love, and admit there's a deficit, you got to get past the cover up, man. Everyone's too cool for school, man. I can't walk in here and tell you guys that I did all this so that I could be loved. No, I did all this because you need to listen and maybe you need a little help tonight. No. Not if I get real honest. If I get real honest, it was just I don't have another way. I don't have another vehicle to try to gain your love. I wish I had more vehicles and more ways, but I don't have many ways, and it's hard to get humans to love you because they're too scared of you. So we try to trick them. Tough stuff. Chris Soderman's here. He built the fence, ladies and gentlemen. If you want a fence built, love that man. But love him for who he is, but the fence is a bonus. He's a lovable guy, but he builds fences to try to get people to love him. If he would do it cheaper, I'd love him more. A free fence, man. I love the guy that builds that. Yeah. I was almost on the verge of loving you, Chris, and then I had to write that check. I was like, look at that fence, man. I love that guy. Oh, look at this check. This guy's all wrong. Anyways, my Tuesday nights are a playground to try to get love and then to try to make your head just get rocked to its core. And tomorrow, maybe you'll think about me a little bit and think about what I said. And maybe if you're feeling whiny and complaining and not feeling enough love, maybe you'll think, hey man, maybe I need to grow a little bit. Maybe I need to get rid of this pain and these insecurities so I can be open enough to give and receive love. So, anyways, thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see all your moms tomorrow at 11. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks on the 17th. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.
So.